Can the Mountaineers pull off an upset in Lubbock? Hang tight, I'll tell you. What is up, college sports fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Coos. I'm coming to you from the hills of wild and wonderful West Virginia. This is Coos' Corner. Thanks for dropping in. If you like college sports content almost every day, this is the channel for you. Please hit that red subscribe button. Give me that thumbs up if you like this here video. Now let's get on with the show. My Mountaineers are traveling to Lubbock, Texas to take on the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. The game is on Saturday, January 22nd, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Will air on ESPN2. The odds for the game, Texas Tech heavy favorites. 84.8% chance to win according to ESPN. West Virginia at 15.2% chance. Texas Tech comes into the game ranked number 18 in the country. A 14-4 overall record, 4-2 in Big 12 play. West Virginia, unranked, 13-4 overall, 2-3 in Big 12 play. When you look at the schedule for these two teams, the things that stick out the most, West Virginia coming off a 2-game losing streak. They just dropped one at home to Baylor that they really needed. Baylor had two of their best players out, including their leading scorer. West Virginia was not able to get the job done at home, which are games that they normally win. Before that, they lost one at Kansas in blowout fashion by the score of 85-59. So they come in on a 2-game losing streak. Texas Tech lost a game to Kansas State, 62-51. But before that, won two big games. They won against Kansas and went to Baylor and won at Baylor, which is very, very hard to do. At that time, Baylor was ranked number 1 in the country. So the Big 12 has just been a gauntlet. Everybody's beating everybody, and you have to bring your A game every day. And both of these teams are proof of that. So can the Mountaineers get it done? Well, first, let's go over some team stats, and I'll let you decide what you think, and then I'll give you my opinion at the end. Points per game, West Virginia is averaging 68.9 a game. Texas Tech, 73.7. Texas Tech is third in the Big 12. West Virginia is ninth. Points against, West Virginia allowing 63.6 a game. Texas Tech allowing 58.7 a game, which is good for second in the league. Field goal percentage, West Virginia shooting 42.7% from the floor. Texas Tech 47.4% from the floor. Field goal percentage defense, West Virginia giving up 42.6% from the floor to their opponents, which is last in the Big 12. Not good. And then Texas Tech, complete opposite. They are first in the Big 12 in field goal percentage defense at 37.77% field goal percentage defense. Rebounds per game, West Virginia at 34.6, Texas Tech 38.1. Assists per game, West Virginia 10.6 assists a game, which they're again last in the Big 12. Texas Tech averaging 14.2 assists per game. Blocks per game, West Virginia is at 5.2, Texas Tech at 3. Steals per game, West Virginia is at 8, Texas Tech's at 8. And then, as far as winning streaks or losing streaks, West Virginia's dropped 2 in a row, as I said earlier. Texas Tech coming off a win. Obviously, the biggest thing in this game is defense. Two teams that play good defense. Neither team is great on the offensive end, especially West Virginia, who's been struggling as of late. And neither team likes to scoreboard up offensively. And West Virginia's leading scorer, Taz Sherman, has been struggling of late. He comes into the game averaging 18.8 points a game, which is second in the Big 12. But a couple weeks ago, he was leading the Big 12 at almost 21 a game. But he was on COVID protocol against Texas a couple weeks ago, and ever since then, he's just not been himself. According to Coach Huggins, he's struggling to recover from COVID. He's lost a lot of weight, still hasn't got his energy back. So he's been struggling a little bit. Leading rebounder for the Mountaineers is Gabe Osabuohien at 5.8 rebounds a game. And leading in assists is also Taz Sherman at 2.7 a game. For Texas Tech leading scorer, you got Bryson Williams at 12.6 a game. Doesn't blow you away. Texas Tech just plays really good team ball. They don't have anybody that likes to scoreboard up offensively. Leading them in rebounds is guard Kevin McCullough, 5.9 rebounds a game. And Kevin McCullough also leads the team in assists with 3.6 a game. what sticks out to me about Texas Tech is, like I said, none of their individual statistics will blow you away, but then when you look at their team statistics, they're really good, especially on the defensive end. So that just tells you they play really good team basketball. They pass the ball pretty well, and they just make life hard for their opponents, just extremely hard. Which West Virginia's always been known to do that as well. So that's why this game, I think, will probably be a low-scoring affair. When you look at the keys to victory for each team, first for West Virginia, they need to pass the ball better. They've not been passing the ball well at all. As I mentioned earlier, they're last in the conference in assists. They've got to improve that. They make a lot of bad passes. They throw the ball away too much, hitting guys in the feet, and I think that's affecting their shooting percentage in a lot of cases as well. It's harder to shoot the ball when you have to work harder to get into your shooting motion. Another key to victory for the Mountaineers, they got to make shots, especially close to the basket. The last game against Baylor, they were 7 out of 22 on shots 2 foot from the basket. 7 out of 22. You can't do that, especially at college basketball. I mean, my gosh, that's like junior high stuff. They got to make shots. On the defensive end, they've got to force some turnovers. They've got to get extra possessions. As poorly as they shoot the ball, they've got to get some extra possessions. They just got to get a lot more shots than the other team. They've not been forcing turnovers at the rate they were earlier in the season against lesser competition, but they need to pick up the defensive pressure a little bit, in my opinion, and try to force Texas Tech into some uncharacteristic turnovers. And for Texas Tech's keys to victory, they can't turn it over. If they can take care of the basketball and not let West Virginia get those extra possessions, then I think they have a really good shot to win the game. And then they need good ball movement. Texas Tech passes the ball much better than West Virginia does. If they can do that this game, I think they have a really good chance. West Virginia struggles against teams that pass the ball well around the perimeter. Sometimes they struggle to rotate on the shooters. So if Texas Tech can rotate the ball well and move the ball well, there again, I think they got a real good chance. So that takes me into my score prediction. Based on what I just told you, keys to victory, Texas Tech, I think has a much easier path to victory here. Basically, all they got to do is all Texas Tech has to do is play their game and do what they've been doing. Don't let West Virginia's pressure bother them, and I think they win the game. And I think it's at Texas Tech, they've been playing well, so I think they pull it off 66-58. So I'm predicting Texas Tech defeats my Mountaineers 66-58. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I hope my Mountaineers can go into Lubbock, pull off a huge upset. They need to get one on the road in order to make up for the home win that they squandered away this past Tuesday. If they can do that, then things will be all well in Morgantown again. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments what's your score prediction. What do you think about my score prediction? I want to hear your opinion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share this with your college sports loving friends. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page and all the perks that I offer. I now have channel memberships available if you want to join Kuz's Corner. It starts as low as $2.99 a month. Click on the join. You'll see all the perks I offer there. You'll get some really cool emojis, some badges that you can use during chats and making comments. Check all that out under my memberships by clicking the join button right underneath. I really appreciate you tuning in. Q Country Roads.